We're going to go ahead and take a look at our final exam for this semester. So I have the introduction page on our home page you can view. I've also put in an announcement and sent to you. You want to know that our final exam has two parts. The two parts are part one is the knowledge problems similar to homework problems, and we'll release those the week before the last day of class. Again, I want to make sure you understand the final exam is not your traditional show up to the final day of class during finals week and then you take an exam. It's going to follow similar process to our first three exams, where you'll do the knowledge problems first. You'll have a week to kind of do that. That's the kind of the tools and the procedures that we learned in the class and some of the ideas, right, that we want you to know. Now, part two is a little bit different than you may not be used to, right? It's related to our course goals. And so we now have 5 prompts. Part two is the 5 prompt reflection. And these are prompts are kind of the questions. They're not all questions, but they're how you're going to respond. And you can start working on that now, okay? Here are your 5 prompts here, prompt 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Each of them has a slightly different reflection aspect to it. The first one is you explaining what are you kind of still curious about, what ideas from the class, right? And why is that interesting to you? Again, there's not necessarily right or wrong answers. There could be your level of how you respond to them might not be adequate for the this is a transfer level class. So how we're grading each of those responses, you can see, is down here. Really, I'm going to review it and I'd say, yep, this meets my expectations, right? The idea that you've answered the questions, you fully addressed it. It's at the level of you've putting some thoughtful time into it. Okay, remember this is replacing a 3-hour exam. If you need revision, because you're going to submit it early to me, you're going to submit the Sunday before the end of week 15, so I can give you feedback to say this meets or doesn't meet. And so you'll be graded that way. So you can come back to the grading scale. But I want to make sure you're aware of the different questions we have here. Right, so one is about your curiosity, and then these are just potential questions that help guide you. You can have your own answer them. We're trying to give you some guidance about how what things you should be thinking about to answer those questions. Second prompt is take one topic we worked on this semester that you struggled with, and then explain how the struggle was valuable. And again, here are more prompts that could help you. Again, you can have your own responses to these. Question 3 is about how you learned in this class. And you have 2 options. You can choose option 1 or option 2, either one. So this is the only one where you have 2 options. And so as you go through there, you'll take a look. You'll see again, the first one's about how you learned and how you improved in your ability to learn, right? And all these we're hoping that help you in your future as you start to reflect on how you learned in this class, how things apply to your, how the subjects you're learning apply to your world, help you be a better student. The second option out of this question 3 or prompt 3 is write a paragraph to my future students, what they need to do in this class to learn, right? Here again are some more things that you could address. And that's question 3. 4 and 5. 4 is how have you developed now a statistical mindset? How has this course changed how you feel about statistics? And you're going to choose one of these items here potentially and start to explain for my goals of the class, right, about how you how statistics can be applied to your study or career, your life, right? So you may have to do a little research to figure that out. But again, how has this class changed the way you feel? And lastly, it's around you giving yourself a self-evaluation, pretending there are no guidelines in all for, like, pretend I have no rules for your grade. What would you base your grade on, right? And I want to make sure you think more than just quizzes and exams, because what we know is that quizzes and exams are just a sample of what you're learning. And so what other evidence is there? And then you can pick some of these, right? This could include, so you may have some other things that you want to include here. And that's it. You will submit them here. Each of your prompts has a separate submission, so I can grade them individually. You don't have to all submit them all at once. You can do one at a time. You can do it either written form, PDF, type in the, or if you want to record it, if somehow you feel more comfortable speaking the answer after you've taken some notes down, you go for that too. We'll figure a way out. I'm not sure how, but we can figure it out. And then there's your grading scale for it. If you get 5 M's, 90 points, 90%. 4 M's, meaning meets the expectations, then you get 75 and so forth. On the last day of class, June 3rd, we will have a final group discussion reflection. And so that's worth the last 10 points of that. Okay. And so keep that in mind. And then, of course, the knowledge problems you have separately. So that's the final exam.